Just running me, curly yellow dancing on me. Said she smelled a grin on me, and she straight from California. Freaky, yeah, she wanna be. Tell me she like.
Yo, what is up, guys? Caleb here, bringing a video today. Today's video, we're going to be looking at Amazon for things you should have on your Christmas list, whether you're a photographer or a videographer, whatever the case may be. Here are some things that you may want to invest in to make your game better. We got the first item I have. So the first item may not really be what you need for a photographer or a videographer, but it does help when you're editing, or just honestly when I edit photos. I like to listen to music, and these are great speakers to do that with. The Mackie Studio Monitor Black, I have this exact pair. You can pay a little bit extra and get the Bluetooth pair if needed, but the standard pair, which is what I have, has the aux cord, and you plug in your phone if you need to while it's plugged into your PC, and you can plug headphones into it, and it's kind of like a DAC as well, so it helps your headphones sound better. And overall, great bass, great mids, great highs, great lows, great everything. They sound amazing. Alright, next thing. Now, this will help mostly for photographers, but also for when you're making a YouTube video, maybe at your little studio, but a light kit. So these are from Limo Studio, and I'm actually getting ready to buy these here soon. I looked at all the reviews, not all the reviews, but most of the reviews, did my research on YouTube, and they all came up to be very good. You can see they have like 4.4 out of 5 stars, 68 5 stars, and they overall look good. It comes in a little carrying case. So yeah, guys, this right here is a great like budget. So like all this stuff is going to be pretty much budget stuff. There will be some expensive stuff, but all this stuff will be in the description, links below. Next thing. Now, this is kind of an iffy. This microphone is the microphone that I'm using actually right now. The Fifine USB microphone. Really, it was a budget microphone at the time. I needed a microphone to do what I'm doing now, and I didn't feel like spending, $60, $70, $100 on a Yeti or a Snowball or whatever the case may be. I will let you guys judge this by how my voice sounds. If it sounds good, then I would say go get it. You can see it has great ratings on Amazon. It has 4 out of 5 stars, and it comes with the little wind filter, and it comes this is what it comes in. So I mean, overall, it's a great microphone. It comes with a little stand. You can even take it out the stand and just hold it, or whatever the case may be. But if you want to spend a little extra, then go ahead and get you a Snowball. But overall, I enjoy this mic. I think it sounds good. I haven't had no problems with it, and yeah, guys. And I've also used it for streaming and stuff too, so I mean, it works. Alright, next thing is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. This is on my Christmas list. This is like top of the line. It's up there. This thing is game changing because of its video stabilization. This is only in the black, so you can't get the silver or the white. Only the black version has all the neat the new technology and all that stuff. So basically, you can see it says with streaming stabilization and blah blah blah. Basically, here we go. We're gonna read this. Hyper smooth video stabilization. Get gimbal like stabilization without the gimbal. So they're saying that without any gimbal, without any motorized, tripod thing, that you can get smooth footage with this GoPro. So just carrying it on a little selfie stick, just carrying it with your hand, GoPro, you can get smooth footage, and they're not lying. I've just look up Hero 7 Black stabilization test or whatever it is on YouTube. Do your own little research and just see how clear it is. It is absolutely game changing. It's crazy what GoPro is doing. And this thing can fit in your pocket easy. It's awesome, and I want it especially for videos. So all the videographers out there, cinematographers, you can get great. I mean, it shoots 4K. Does 4K 60 with the hyper smooth video stabilization. Then it goes down to 4K 120, and then you can do like 1080p at 240 frames per second. I mean, you can get really smooth shots. It has a little LCD screen. But yeah, guys, this, if you can find a way to work this into your workflow, whether you're a photographer or like even this is a photographer, you can record behind the scenes stuff, slap it on side of your camera, on top of your camera, and just make a nice little video while you're taking pictures. And this may come in handy for photographers because it has the ultra wide lens, like 180 degrees or whatever. You can get super nice time lapse with it. But I would find a way to work this into your workflow, whether you're a photographer or videographer, because this little GoPro can make some great photos and videos. All right, next thing. Now this is the crane that I have. I don't even know how to say the name. This is Zen Crane V2. I use it for my mirrorless camera, my Sony A7. And so far it's been great. I would say the only thing is that the app for it though is a little confusing. They might have changed it by now, but it's just like a lot of numbers and stuff coming at you. Right off the bat, it was easy to set up, easy to balance my camera on it and everything. I did have to update the firmware on it, so I had to plug this whole crane into my computer or laptop and update it. So that may be the case for you as well. Yeah, guys, if you want to get super smooth shots with camera or DSLR, this is the way to go. Just remember, it can only handle 1.8 kilograms, which I do not know what that is in pounds. Oh, here we go. So anywhere from 0.77 pounds to about 4 pounds, it can handle. If you go over that, it's going to put a lot of strain on the motors, and it's not going to be able to It's going to have trouble like stabilizing it. And but there's like better stabilization. There's better gimbals for you to purchase if you have a heavier camera. But anyway, guys, talking about cameras. This is people who want to get started in the mirrorless scene. Now I have two cameras here, so we'll do with the Sony first. Sony A7. This is personally the camera that I use. This is just a plain Sony A7 with a kit lens. I've been using this since last year. Haven't even gotten new lens yet, because let me tell you, Sony lenses are freaking expensive. Stupid expensive. It's stupid. I've made a video. My last video is about my vintage lenses that I use, that I got for $20. But if you want to get started in the mirrorless scene, or you just have a Sony camera, this is the way to go, I believe. You can get this camera and a lens for under $1,000, and you can get the body alone, just a Sony A7, for around $700. And it's not out of the game. It's still a great camera. It's 24.3 full frame sensor. And let's see, I believe, so yeah, it does 1080p 60 frames per second. No 4K or nothing like that. But the 1080p still looks very sharp. I shoot weddings on this thing. But obviously, if you have the money, or if you're capable of upgrading to the A7 II or 3, or A7 IIs or whatever it is, obviously I would go that way. But for people who are trying to just get started and stuff, then this plain Sony A7 is, you still get all the features. You get nice looking camera. The screen tilts. I don't think it shows it, but the screen does tilt. You get this lens, and it kind of just introduces you to the mirrorless scene. And then the next camera It's for DSLR users, kind of more as a budget one too. So I have the Canon EOS Rebel T5. That's my very first camera that I got, or DSLR that I got, and the camera that kind of introduced me to photography. I wouldn't really use the T6. You could use for some video stuff, but T5 and stuff, I didn't record that good of video unless you had great lighting at all times. That's with most every camera though. But this right here, you can get this camera with this whole kit, everything. Obviously it's cheap stuff. I mean, the camera and the lens are not, but these cards and light, and it looks like that's like a card reader. You got like a little lens filter case. I don't even know. These two little things by the lens looks like a thing you put on your iPhone for a lens or something. I don't know. You got some UV filters down here. So that stuff may be crap. But the camera is not. The camera is actually good, and a very good way to get into DSLR, and kind of, if you're like a beginning photographer, to kind of step in the scene of DSLR and experience it, and trying to learn the camera before you buy those really expensive cameras like the 5D, 760D, blah blah blah. So yeah, guys, I would check out this camera for sure. They have like the T6i, which is a little bit better. Only thing difference really is that you have the touch screen on the back, and you're able to like tilt the screen, move it around. That's the only difference though. And it's a little, and this T6 without all that moving screen is a little bit cheaper. So yeah, guys, I'll definitely check this out. This is still a great camera for photography. I still even use my T5 sometimes for photography. It takes great pictures. You couldn't tell the difference between a new, Sony camera from this old piece of crap Canon camera. Obviously, going to low light situations, then okay, you can tell the difference. But if you have good lighting, etc., and it really pushes you to your limits to learn good lighting and all that to get good content, get good photos. So I definitely check this camera out. And then this is probably the best budget lens you'll ever find for this price, and cheapest lens you'll ever find ever, that made from any big brand like Canon, Nikon, or Sony. This is the 50mm lens with a 1.8 f-stop. So this lens I have it on my Canon. Hands down, probably the best lens that I don't want to say purchased, but best lens that has came in handy. I use it almost all the time, mostly for photography, because the focus on this thing is just beautiful. With 50mm focal length, you really can get great details in your object or subject, and it's crazy how good this lens works. There's tons of reviews on it that you can check out for yourself, but it is a very great lens to get started off with. If you're buying a Canon DSLR or even Sony, you can adapt to it, because this Canon lens plus an adapter for your Sony will probably cost cheaper than just a 50mm lens from Sony alone, because Sony lenses are stupid expensive. But yeah, guys, this is Christmas, or thing that you should put on your Christmas list, I believe. This is my opinion, obviously, and maybe these things could give you, an idea of what you want, maybe help you out. And yeah, guys, please make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe. We are working up to 30 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys, thank you for sticking around, and I appreciate you guys. Peace.